Hey everybody, welcome back. Wedding TikTok is on fire right now and we're diving into the tea.
Tea time. It's tea time.
Grab a crumpet. Story time. 2 people wore white dresses to my wedding.
So there was 2 people who decided to wear white to my wedding. One was my auntie. I'm just cleaning my brushes. She rocked up to my house before the wedding, before the ceremony, in a white dress. And honestly, I had a very physical reaction when I first saw her. I was in a bit of shock. I was like, is this real right now? So I was kind of like, she could see it on my face. So she apologized and said, I'm really sorry, like it's the only thing that fits me right now, but I could go home and change after the ceremony and wear a black dress. And I was like, that would be great, thank you. I'm not gonna, no, clearly your black dress still fits, like if you can change into it. And if the only thing that you have is a white dress, go buy another dress. Like, most of my clothes don't fit me right now. I would still never rock up into someone else's wedding wearing a white dress. So that was number 1. And then the second person, I'm just trying to work out which brush to clean next. The second person was my friend. She didn't come to the ceremony and she rocked up to the reception late. So there's that. And when I saw her, she was wearing a floor-length white gown and all she wanted to do was take pictures with me. I didn't want her in any of my photos. I was so like, are you joking?
Weird.
I just don't understand it. People know that they shouldn't wear white to a wedding. I get it. Some people think that the brides don't care or whatever. Well, I cared. And I saw a friend of mine wear white to a friend's wedding and post a photo of it on Instagram. And I like had a meltdown. I was like, that is so rude. Like, I just don't think that it's respectful or kind. And even if the bride is okay with it, why do you feel the need to wear white? Why do you want to be the only other person wearing white? Any other day of the year, just why? Someone help me understand. I got married a year and 3 months ago and I still think about the fact that 2 people wore white to my wedding. Okay, and then I went to 2 weddings last year and there was someone wearing white at those weddings as well. And I'm losing my mind thinking about it. So thank you, help me, bye.
Okay, unless it's pre-decided that everyone is wearing white to a wedding and the bride is wearing something else or something, you never wear white to a wedding! Ever! That is one surefire way to have everybody look at you and not in a good way. Save yourself the embarrassment. Don't wear white to a wedding. I don't know what is in the air right now. Maybe everybody's just getting married and the drama is ensuing, but like, just you wait.
This is an actual wedding nightmare. My followers sent me this. Dear Laura, I've been following your videos about adult-only weddings, and here's another cautionary tale of what happened at my wedding in case any of your followers or clients are on the fence. Feel free to share. I had my wedding this past January. I was all about kids coming to my wedding because I was of the opinion that weddings are family affairs and everyone should be welcome. My venue did not allow for hard liquor, but we were able to serve beer and wine. My venue was really strict about this and said that anyone breaking the rules would result in us getting our wedding shut down without a refund. I was pretty stressed about this because my husband had some groomsmen that were big party guys and I was worried some of the groomsmen would sneak in flasks and get us shut down. So I really drilled it into them that this could not happen. The day of my wedding, everything was fine. Honestly, none of the kids were bad at the ceremony. It wasn't until we got to the reception that everything went downhill. We were like 30 minutes into dancing and everyone was having a great time when the owner of the venue who lives on the property came up to me with my 2 teenage cousins in tow. She said she saw the boys drinking in the parking lot, and when she asked them for their ages, they had told her they were 22. But then she asked for IDs, and that's when they confessed that they were actually 16 and 17. She said we had to shut down the wedding and get off her property immediately because she wasn't going to be liable for underage drinking. I mean, as the bride, I would be absolutely furious, but as the venue owner, I totally understand where she's coming from. I started crying hysterically, and the parents of the kids started apologizing to the venue owner, but she didn't listen, and she had us shut down. After the wedding, I asked the parents of the boys to reimburse me for the hours lost at my wedding, and they refused. When I told them that I'd be taking them to court, everyone in my family threw a fit about how I was being unreasonable, how they were family, and I was potentially going to ruin my cousin's future and chances of them getting into college. I honestly don't know what to do. I've been so depressed and angry. If you have any advice, let me know. Honestly, I'm not sure what you can do from a legal standpoint. I would definitely consult a lawyer, or if anybody has any advice, drop it in the comments. But honestly, if this was me, I would completely cut ties with those family members. Those actions and then those reactions to their actions were such a form of disrespect. I would wouldn't want those people in my life. If you have any wedding nightmares, send them to me. I'm thinking of making this a series.
Holy cannoli. Okay, no kids. Got it. Got it. Good advice. Good advice. Imagine you ruining someone's wedding because your kids are just so unruly that they just went and drank despite everyone telling them not to and knowing not to, and then not paying for the money lost. Like, how are you not embarrassed? Taking them to court isn't ruining their futures. Yeah, that's a good point. Why did they say that? She's not pressing charges. She's asking to be reimbursed for a very expensive event they ruined. All of this could be avoided if you just paid for it. My payments would have made me get a job and work a payment plan out with the bride. Zero respect for her, so sad. Yeah, honestly, it just kind of goes to show how these kids are being raised. This girl wore a legit white dress to my friend's wedding. Oh, with the puff sleeves and everything. I guess it's not a dress. It looks like a dress. Oh, okay. Trouble brewing. Also, question, why is the groom dressed as Mario? Like, is that the groom? I'm also very confused about that. Like, I feel like we're past the point of being like, don't wear white to a wedding. Everybody knows. Why is he wearing a Mario costume? Okay, but why was the groom dressed as Mario? Because it's fake? Oh, it's fake. Who stages a fake wedding? It just doesn't make sense that the bride would be upset with the girl wearing white and not the fact that her groom is wearing a Mario costume. Jesus. I need to investigate this. Was this for clout?
Here's a story time about the video I posted 2 days ago that went viral on my TikTok about the girl wearing a white dress. It was my friend's wedding. I know her for about 8-9 years. And when I received the invitation, the vibe of the whole wedding was forest fairy. So they were like, hey, suggestions on colors: green, brownish, beige, like earthy colors. Therefore, I personally picked a green dress. But when we got to the wedding, we got there a little bit late and everybody was talking about this lady wearing this gown. Like, my friends, really close girlfriends, came to me and they were like, oh my God, have you seen this girl wearing a dress? Everybody was talking about this. Like, nobody told her there because like they didn't want to ruin the wedding and didn't want to ruin the vibe, but everybody was talking about it. And actually one of the workers from the venue came to my fiance and asked if she was a bride. That was before the actual bride came out. So there was multiple people that confused this lady with a bride because from far away she looked like a bride. So the bride was extremely upset because she saw this lady wearing a gown even before her official walk through the to the altar, and she told her groom, her husband, and I guess nothing has been said to this lady because they're like really close friends of the groom, and my friend who was a bride didn't really know them so much, so nobody wanted to cause drama. Everybody wanted to have a good time, but she was really upset. And there were two more people who wore a white dress. One of them was bride's mom, which is acceptable, and another one was another girl, and she wore like a short bandage dress, and it was like not super cool, but it was fine. Like, this particular lady wore a full-on gown that looked like a legit wedding dress. Like, that could be a wedding dress. And I think it's pretty well known around the world that you're not supposed to outshine the bride and first of all wear white, second of all wear a white gown. I mean, like, that's just ethical standards. So this lady actually created a TikTok and she made her whole TikTok account about this white dress, which is, in my opinion, is a genius way to launch a new TikTok account. And she's saying that she was given a couple of different color options and white was one of them. White might have been on the vibe palette of the wedding, but it's the common sense. You do not pick a white color as a guest, a female guest. This is just a common sense, I'm sorry. And after this video hit 20 million views, I'm sure this lady found out and she told her husband, and her husband told the groom, and the groom sent me 3 voice messages with direct threats, like absolutely disgusting, nasty messages, which we will take care of, obviously. And last thing I want to say is I did not in any way plan to offend this lady or disrespect her. The video I posted was basically saying, look at this girl wearing a white dress. No bad words, nothing. She did get a lot of hate, like some comments were very hateful, I deleted them all, but she does not deserve being hated so much. It's just a stupid, funny story. So the moral of the story, if you ever get invited to a wedding, and if you're a girl, make smart choices of the color of your dress, and you're gonna be fine.
I don't know, to me it's like not even about outshining the bride. it's about like not embarrassing yourself too. Like, it's just, yes, it's disrespectful, but it's also like you're walking into the lion's den by wearing white to a wedding. I'm invested. I don't know about you. Oh goodness. She posted. I came to the wedding in white. Guess what happened? I just picked white from 4 dress code colors. Okay, that's it? Okay, but I think it goes without saying, you know, like there's a lot of whites at weddings. This is why we need a professional wine spiller at a wedding. Wish I had one at mine. Oh, a professional wine spiller, eh? So wait, this was approved by the bride? I know some weddings allow white/off-white dresses. I think that meant like a white dress shirt, not the whole white wedding dress. I also think it's like the style too, right? Like it's the style of the dress. I feel like if it's like a short white kind of cocktail dress, there's literally no excuse to wear white to a wedding, but like that looks like a gown. It looks like a wedding dress.
Congrats on your big day, sis.
Have you ever been at the Mario and Princess wedding? Okay, so it was planned. Mario did come to the wedding. Was it Princess Peach? This wedding is a hot mess. But also from this video, it seems that multiple people are wearing white. Look at that. Multiple people are wearing white to the wedding. You see? And that's just from one video, okay? The most offended I would be as the bride is that my husband is dressed as a video game character while I am in a $10,000 gown. I mean, all right, listen, it's her wedding, it's their wedding. If they want to dress however they want to dress, then they can do that. But it still goes without saying.
Don't wear white to a wedding.
Even if you give people permission to wear white to a wedding, be prepared to have people ask if they're the bride and not you. All right, another cray-cray wedding happened, and that was Michaela Noguera's wedding.
Okay.
Say what you want about Michaela, but like the amount of drama surrounding this girl's wedding was kind of unnecessary, to be honest. Y'all just hate Michaela, I get it.
So if you don't know by now, today's Michaela's wedding. And would it be a Michaela event if there wasn't some drama? And that's exactly what's happening. An alleged friend posted this on TikTok or social media in general and said that they received a save the date from Michaela and Cody for the wedding, but never got the invite. The save the date was supposedly sent to them in November, and they basically waited for a invitation and it never came. So the problem is not only did they upload this part, but they also like posted the other side of the invitation or the save the date where it had like a lot of the information of where the wedding was going to be held, the types of hotels that people should stay in, and pretty much one of those hotels will be where Michaela is staying. So technically, a friend doxed Michaela's wedding location. And the problem comes from the fact that that friend reached out to Michaela and Michaela left them on red. So they're basically saying she cut a bunch of her friends from the wedding so she could invite a bunch of influencers to the wedding. And this entire thing is basically just a brand trip for Michaela. They even posted this. It's a text message to Michaela saying, "I see right through you. Just so you are aware, to send someone a save the date, then not send them the invitation is incredibly classless. You ghosted me to avoid sending me an invitation to your influencer wedding. That's some foul. I believe in karma, and she sure will get you one day. You'll look back at your wedding photos in 10 years from now and deeply regret inviting all of those internet strangers that you didn't even know. I truly hope wasting this very special day on a bunch of fake friends is worth it to you." And now some people are completely saying that that is not a real friend. A real friend would never do that. Even if they didn't get the invitation, they would just have a conversation with the person privately and not like...
Who sends that about a wedding? Like, it's not your day.
But people are starting to go back on that because now a bunch of influencers are starting to upload videos and pictures to social media. And it's like random people like James Charles. And now they're saying that a friend of 10 years clearly outweighs a basic relationship that you have with someone like James Charles. Now, as someone who was a bride herself just last year, I do know that wedding invite lists do constantly get like cut down as time goes by and it gets closer to the wedding date. But This person's mad and they're just going all in.
I mean, to send that kind of message, why does it matter to you so much that you get invited to this wedding? Just to me is like, why, like, that's just such a mean thing to say. It doesn't really sound like this person's very nice at all. Maybe Michaela didn't invite her for a reason. Based on how this friend is reacting, I'm sure there's a reason they didn't make the cut. Like, seriously, did you send that like on the day of the wedding or like close to the wedding? Like, that's what you sent to the bride? Like, classless.
Classless?
Don't be sending hate messages to the bride right before her wedding. Like, come on. That message sent to Michaela is exactly why she didn't get an invitation, period. Like, bro, chill out. It's just a wedding. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why she didn't receive an invite. She isn't a good friend.
Yeah.
Who reacts like that? It's 100% tacky to send a save the date and not send the actual invite without speaking to the person. Okay, maybe. It could be tacky to do that, but like, I feel like Michaela has also been in a lot of drama this year, and you know, some pretty crazy stuff has happened to Michaela, and based on what I've heard, this friend didn't really reach out to her when any of that was happening, didn't see if she was okay. That to me means that you're getting left on red. If something like that happened to me and you were a good friend, whether it was my fault or not, like just to check to see if I'm okay or whatever, I mean, you're not gonna get an invite to the wedding if you're not even checking to see if I'm okay. So y'all are telling me if your in real life friends scrapped you so they can invite celebs instead, y'all wouldn't be hurt or mad, okay? Well, I think that maybe there was a reason for the scrapping, you know? Like, it takes two to be friends, and like, you can't just be a friend when things are good and you want an invite to the wedding. You also gotta be friends when things are bad. You don't wanna take my word for it, take this lovely lady's word for it.
The entire place was filled with their family and their friends and the people that they wanted to be there. And you know what I noticed looking around? You know, everybody on the internet noticed influencers there. But you know what I noticed when I was there? Is I noticed that everybody, you know, as a creator that was there, was everybody that had been supportive of Michaela and Cody thus far. Everybody. You know, the day before Michaela's wedding, some person came on the internet and gave a lavish story that she had been friends with Michaela for 10 years, received a save the date, but never got an invite. And then texted Michaela, and Michaela ignored her. So she decided to come on the internet and tell everybody how horrible Michaela was for doing that. Of course, everybody believed her. They ran with that. They believed her for two things. They believed her because they wanted to believe her because it made Michaela look bad and they liked that, or either they believed her because they were that damn gullible. I'm not going to listen to anybody that comes on the internet trying to make somebody look bad the day before their wedding. I don't think I would call that a friend, would you?
Nope.
Anyway, so it's been disheartening to see all of the uproar and assumptions and rumors surrounding Michaela's wedding because none of them were true. Michaela did not boot family or friends off of the guest list for anybody. You know, the place was huge. She could have added 200 more people there if she wanted to, but she didn't. You know why? Because it was the most intimate and romantic wedding that I have ever been to. And I know that Michaela and Cody had the people there that they wanted, that have supported them the entire time. People like to look at it as, oh, look at the influence. Do people not realize those are Michaela's friends? Her own maid of honor is also a very large beauty creator, and a good one at that. These are her friends and companions, people that have been there. You know, that friend of Michaela's that was so upset, you know, nobody's seen her before. Where was she at this past year when every time you turn around, somebody was trying to bring Michaela down? Did that friend start making videos protecting Michaela? No, she didn't. That's not a friend. So I ain't gonna believe anything somebody says like that, you know? So if people choose to believe those ridiculous rumors and accusations, that's on them. But I just wanted to thank you for seeing that in the video. It was exactly what Michaela and Cody needed and wanted. It was a perfect day. And they're probably off in wedding bliss right now, living it up, as they should.
Period. Literally. So yeah, lots of people dislike Michaela. Lots of people, you know, wanted to bring her down about her wedding, including this person who was supposed to be her friend, or claims that they were really good friends. But like, I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't get an invite to the wedding, you just didn't make the cut. I know if I had a wedding, I would want every single person who's shown me kindness there, and every single person who hasn't supported me would not be invited. That's just the way it is. Nobody wants to be around bad feelings or mean people or people that you feel some type of way about on their wedding day. It's your wedding, you're paying for everybody to be there. Damn right, she's gonna invite who she wants. God, I'm mimicking her accent now. I wish I had her accent. Let's end this on a high note, shall we?
When you have been together for 15 years.